So, in my previous video, I talked about how Constantine appears to be the first horseman of the apocalypse. The man on the white horse, the false one. He was the anti-Messiah who Paul was talking about. And you can see the similarity, how when you read about the first horseman of the apocalypse, he was on a white horse, he was given a crown, and he went forth to conquer. And how in the sign, in this sign, with this sign shall you conquer, this symbol or this mark. And the sign was the Chiro. Now, I'm going to continue with this Chiro definition from Wikipedia because it is very, very important. And I almost forgot to add in the nail. Drive the nail home on this particular subject. Now, we all say Chiro, but in fact, it is pronounced Kairu. It is also known as Chrisman. That's right, Chrisman. It is one of the earliest forms of Christogram. This is the reason, folks, why I am not a Christian. Because Christianity worships the Kairu, or as they say, Chiro. Okay? The Chiro or Kairu is the mark of the beast. It is the mark of Constantine, the Caesar. As I pointed out in the previous videos, how the imperial seat of the Caesar is the Vatican itself. All you have to do is look it up, folks. I've already done it for you. The Kairu, also known as Chrisman, is one of the earliest forms of Christogram, formed by superimposing the first two capital letters X and P of the Greek word XPIETOT. Now, folks, I don't know what these symbols mean, because I don't do the Greek alphabet. Okay, but that word is Christos. So the first two words, the first two letters is the sign, the X, and the second is the P. And the P looks like a sword. And when you put them together, it looks like a sword over the X, superimposed on the X. So the two capital letters, Chi and Rho, or Chi and Ru, of the Greek word Christos, in such a way as the vertical stroke of the Ru intersects the center of the Chi. The Chi-Ru symbol was used by the Roman Emperor Constantine I as a part of a military standard. And it has in parentheses Vexillium. Constantine's standard was known as the Labarum. What is a Labarum? I do not know. But I clicked it and I see it here. Yes, and that was his flag. Okay, I'm going to go back. Early symbols similar to the Kairu were the starogram. It should be the taro. What do you call that? It's not staru, because the staru was a pole. It is the taw. And the IX monogram. In pre-Christian times, Notice I keep going with this, folks. In pre-Christian times, the Chi-Rho symbol was also to mark a particularly valuable or relevant passage in the margin of a page. Abbreviation. Creston, which means good. It comes from Cresto. Some coins of Ptolemy III were marked with a Chi-Rho. So this was before Christianity, folks. This was before any mention of Yeshua Messiah. Although formed of Greek characters, the device or its separate parts are frequently found served as an abbreviation in Latin text with endings added appropriate to a Latin noun, thus XPO signifying Christo to Christ, the dative form of Christus. And you can read all down in here, but this is also, as I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned this before or not. I tried to do a video one time last week, and my recorder didn't work right. But it was about how the Star of David is not the Star of Molech. It is merely two D's, two consonants in the two of the same consonants in the Hebrew alphabet superimposed upon each other. Hence the seal of David. So I used to think it was a Star of Solomon. I do not believe that anymore. I believe that people have been deceived into thinking so. The fact of the matter is, the Chi-Rho is a version of the Star of Molech. That's right. If you the so-called Chrismon of St. Ambrose, you can look at it on the display on the eastern wall of the Milan Cathedral, a Chi-Rho combined with Alpha and Omega in a circle. And this is the Star of Molech. Now, if you go look up the Star of Molech, you will see that it looks very similar. I will give you another example of the Star of Molech. It is the Union Jack. You have one cross upright and two dimension, and you have the second one diagonal like an X in sort of like three dimension. That is the Star of Molech that's on the British flag, the Union Jack. Go look up the Star of Molech. I will find it myself. Man, it is so, the deception of this world is just insane. The only way to find it is actually look up, let me see, try Star of Chion. I found it. Oh, I found it last week. It actually was a Star of Molech. It was all over the place last week. We try images. Now they only have the Star of David on here. But this is false. This is not correct. It's actually what's on the Union Jack. Okay. The way you find it is pagan sun worship in Catholicism, La Verita, the truth, or on BibleLight.net/verita.htm. And what you will see when you scroll down, you will see the actual star of Molech, which is eerily similar to Constantine's Kairu, and it is the same as what is on the Union Jack. A cross and the X superimposed upon each other. And that, my friends, is the Star of Molech. The cross is the symbol for Baal. It is the Star of Molech. It is not, and I repeat, it is not what's on the Israeli flag. So please, folks, do not be deceived. There is so much deception out there. And like I said, I hope you went and looked in BibleLight.net/verita, verita.htm. Scroll down and you will see about as much of the Star of Molech as you can possibly stand. And without a doubt, it is the signs of Christianity, unfortunately.